Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with a PSA. It's a segment, public service announcement. It's a segment that I normally do on a Sundays when I'm going to do it, but I'm subject to do it any time of the week. But typically, it's on a Sunday. What are you going to talk about today? Well, communication skills, verbal and nonverbal. Today I want to talk about something that often gets overlooked in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. The profound importance of social skills, particularly when it comes to communication, both verbal and nonverbal. In a world that's becoming increasingly interconnected, where interactions happen not only face-to-face but also through screens and across vast distances, the ability to communicate effectively has never been more crucial. And it's very tricky communicating with people nowadays. It is. And people think they're more slick now and they can play games. But let me just keep on going. So let's start with verbal communication. It's the foundation of our interactions. You know, the medium through which we express our thoughts, share ideas and connect with others. But effective verbal communication isn't just about articulating words. It's about conveying a meaning, understanding nuances, and empathizing with the person you're communicating with. It's about being clear, concise, and compelling in your speech. Well, it's also, by also being attentive. Think about it. How many times have you had misunderstandings or conflicts that came about because of a miscommunication or a misunderstanding? By honoring our verbal communication skills, we can foster better relationships, navigate conflicts more effectively, and achieve our goals with greater clarity. And it seems to me, most of the situations that I can go back to, a lot of it had to do with communication in most cases, They did. Yet verbal communication is only one piece of the puzzle. Is only one piece of the puzzle. Just as important, if not more so, are nonverbal cues. The gestures, facial expressions, tone of voice, and body language that accompany our words. And I'm a firm believer in that. I watch people, and not only do I listen to them, but I watch them as often as I have an opportunity. Research shows that a significant portion of our communication is actual nonverbal, meaning that what we don't say can be just as harmful as what we do. Our posture, our eye contact, even the way we smile. These subtle cues can convey confidence, sincerity, and trustworthiness, or they can betray uncertainty, nervousness, or even dishonesty. That's why it's crucial to be aware of our nonverbal signals and to learn how to use them to our advantage. By mastering the art of nonverbal communication, we can become more persuasive, more influential, and more adept at building rapport with other people. And you got to watch that. Just go back and listen to what I just said. You got to watch it, how you interact with people, and be conscious of everything. How you're reacting, all of that, because in some sort of situations it can make a difference. But why does it matter? Why should we invest time and effort in developing our social and communication skills? The answer is simple. Because our success in life, both personally and professionally, depends on it. Whether we are negotiating a business deal, interviewing for a job, or simply trying to make friends, our ability to communicate effectively can make all the difference. It can determine whether we're seen as a leader or a follower, a team player or a lone wolf, a trusted confidant or a distant acquaintance. I try to be very intentional. When I'm dealing with people, I try to be very intentional with people, you know. Moreover, in an increasingly interconnected and diverse world, strong social skills are essential for bridging divides, fostering understanding, and building inclusive communities, you know. And I live in an area where it's very multicultural, and I love it. There's a lot of races of people, a lot of different cultures, a lot of different beliefs, and a lot of different backgrounds, and it's beautiful. By learning to communicate with people from different backgrounds, cultures, and perspectives, we can break down barriers, challenge stereotypes, and create a more harmonious society. And it's beautiful where I'm at. It is. It's a perfect no, but it's beautiful. Do we have problems? Sometimes we have some knuckleheads sometimes, but basically it's beautiful. We have all the races. We do. It's a perfect no. So let's not underestimate the power of social skills, particularly when it comes to communication. Let's commit to honoring our verbal and our nonverbal abilities to becoming better listeners, clearer speakers, and more empathetic communicators. Because in the end, it's not just about what we say, but how we say it and the impact we have on those around us. Thank you.